Hey, you guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go over mean, median, mode, and range. Before we do that, though, fact number 82 about me, I'm going to tell you guys about one of my hidden talents. All right, so back when I was in middle school, probably in 7th or 8th grade, I was at Walmart or Target or something, and I was shopping around, and I saw these juggling bean bags. Actually, the exact same ones that are pictured right up here, same color and everything. And on the packaging, it said like learn to juggle, super easy or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can go learn to juggle. It's one of those things not a lot of people can do, and it looks so much easier than it actually is. It takes a good bit of practice and coordination to really get down. So over the next week or two, I bought them and I learned to juggle. It's so dumb and so silly, but I really enjoyed it, and now I kind of have a hidden talent that not a lot of people can do. So I don't have those juggling bean bags anymore, but I do have 3 golf balls. So I'm going to go and demonstrate and see how this goes. All right. I'm going to back up and take a deep breath. All right. Because I've already messed this up so many times. I can't do it again. All right. So however this goes is what I'm going to post. All right. All right. So, ah, ah, there we go. So again, it's like riding a bike. Once you get the hang of it, you never really lose it. And not a lot of people can do it because it looks so much easier than it actually is. It takes a good bit of practice. All right. And in case you want to actually learn how to juggle and do the same thing, I'll tell you what I did. And the juggling beanbags came with instructions, which I actually read and were actually really helpful. So everybody start with 2. All right. I don't know what you do when you get into 4, 5, and 6 and beyond, but everybody can start with 2. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to take them and you're going to throw one up and then throw the other one up. All right. A lot of people, especially in elementary school, you kind of learn with like throwing one up and then passing the other one off. Right. Throwing one up and passing the other one off. You're not going to do that. You're going to throw one up and throw the other one up and catch it. All right. Eventually, after a few days of doing that, you're going to get really good at that, and you're eventually going to want to add a third one in. All right. So add a third one, and then eventually, before you know it, you're doing that. All right. So anyway, hidden talent, not a lot of people can do, and kind of cool, I think. So anyway, let's get back to the math. Today we're going to go over mean, median, mode, and range. Let me get the tablets over here. 1 second. There we go. So we're going to go and find all of these pieces of information. Now, they all mean something different, and we can use them all in different situations. All right. The mean, where's the pen? There we go. The mean is probably the most important and probably the one that comes up the most in your actual life that you will always deal with. I still deal with finding the mean. All right. We usually call it the average instead of like the mean, but same thing. So whenever we go and find these things, step number 1, let's go and list all these things in order from least to greatest because one of these we will need for that, and it'll make one of the others also kind of easier. Okay. So, quick little recap. The mean is the average. All right. The median is the middle, whatever number is right in the middle. The mode is the number that appears the most. And the range is the biggest number. Oh, pen's acting a little weird. The biggest number minus the smallest number, whatever you get for that. That's the range. All right. So let's go and put these numbers in order from least to greatest. Whenever I do this, I'm going to start with, find the smallest one, and that's 28. And I'm going to cross it out so that I know I used it. All right. Let's see. Then we got 34. Then we got 47. Oh, wait. I missed one. There's 2 28s. Whoops. Let me add another one over here. 28, 28, 34, 47, 58, 65. Let me go mark these out. 58, 65, and 99. So when you mark them out after you write them, that's a good way to make sure you don't forget any. And another good way to make sure you don't forget any is also to go and count the numbers that you started with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then go and count the numbers that you wrote. It should be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, good. I didn't forget any. Now let's go and find the mean first. The mean is where we add up all the numbers that we've been given, and then we divide by how many numbers we have. So I'm going to take my calculator. I'm going to go and add up all the numbers. 28 plus 28 plus 34 plus 47 plus 58 plus 65 plus 99. I get 359. Now I'm going to go and divide by how many numbers I have. I already counted them. There were 7 numbers. I'm going to divide by 7. 359 divided by 7. I get a decimal, and we'll just round it to the 10th place just for today, okay? We'll say 51.3 because it gives me 51.2857, a long decimal. We'll call it 51.3, all right? Again, on a test or a quiz, we would be specific about where we wanted you to round it, but here, we're just doing this to learn, okay? So we'll round it to the 10th place. The median, that's the number right in the middle. So the way we do that is I'm going to go and mark off one number on the left and one number on the right until I'm left with something in the middle. Mark one off on the left, on the right, the left, the right, the left, the right, and I'm left with this number right here. 47 is right in the middle. That's my median. The mode is the number that appears the most. It looks like here the number that appears the most is 28 because it appears twice. Every other number just appears once. And now the range, that's the biggest number minus the smallest number. Looks like my biggest number is 99. My smallest number is 28. Again, don't be a hero, grab your calculator just to double check, okay? 99 minus 28 gives us 71. That's our range. Oh my gosh, what is going on? There we go, 71, that's our range. So that's the first one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Step number 1 is always to list these numbers from least to greatest because eventually you're going to need to do that. So let's go list them all from least to greatest. Let's see, I got 19, 28. I marked them off as I wrote them. Let's see, 41, 53. 64, 77. And 85 and 93. There we go. Now, I'm going to go double check I have all my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 here, so I didn't leave any off. Perfect. Now, I'm going to go and calculate the mean. The mean is where I add them all up and divide by how many numbers I have. So I'm going to go add them up. 19 plus 28 plus 41 plus 53 plus 64 plus 77 plus 85 plus 93. I get 460. Now I'm going to divide by how many numbers I have. I already counted them. There were 8 numbers here. So I'm going to divide by 8. And I get 57.5 exactly. No rounding for this one. That's what it gives me exactly. Now let's go and find the median. So the median is where we go and mark off a number on one side and the other side until we're left with something in the middle. It doesn't matter if you start on the left or right, as long as you do it to both sides, okay? So if I start on the right, I just want to make sure I mark off one on the right, one on the left. One on the right, one on the left. One on the right, one on the left. And, oh wait, if I mark off another one on the right and another one on the left, I have no numbers left. They're all gone. Every time you're finding the median, you're always going to be left with one number, like in the first problem, or 2 numbers. If you're left with 2 numbers, what we're going to do is go and actually find the mean of those 2 numbers. I'm going to add those 2 numbers up and divide by 2 because there are 2 numbers. I'm trying to find what's right in the middle of 53 and 64. So let's go and add 53 plus 64 and divide by 2. And I'm left with 58.5. 58.5. That's my median. Now, let's go and find the mode. The mode is the number that appears the most, and it looks like none of these numbers repeat. In that case, there's no mode. If they all appear the exact same amount of times and they all appear once here, there's no mode. The range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. 93 minus 19 is 74. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh my gosh, what is going on? What is that? The range here is 74. There we go. Let's move on to the next one. So this one down here, it gives us another data set. So let's go and list the numbers from least to greatest, okay? So let's see. We have 22, 36, 36, 22, 36. Whoops, there we go. 36. 40, 45, whoops, 40, 42, 45. There we go. And then 50, 59, 61. 50, 59, 61. Oh, that's a 9. There we go. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, good. I didn't forget any. Let's go find the mean. I'm going to add them all up and divide by how many numbers there are. 22 plus 36 plus 36 plus 40 plus 42 plus 45 plus 50 plus 59 plus 61. I get 391. Now I'm going to divide by how many numbers there are. I already counted them. There's 9. I'll divide by 9, and I get 43.4 repeating, so I'll just round that to 43.4. Now, let's go and find the median. One thing you're going to notice about the median is that if there is an odd number of data here, meaning I have 9 numbers here, that's odd. I'm going to be left with 1 number in the middle. Looking back on number 2, there were 8 numbers here. That's why I was left with 2 in the middle. So when you have an even amount of numbers, you're going to be left with 2 right in the center. If you had an odd amount of numbers, you're going to be left with 1 right in the center. All right, so let's go and mark off 1 on each side. 1 on each side, 1 on each side, 1 on each side. I'm left with 42. That's right in the center. That's my median. Let's look for the mode, the number that repeats the most. Oh, it looks like it's 36. That appears twice. Then the range is the highest number minus the smallest number, 61 minus 32. And I end up with 29. That's the range here. Let's look at this next one. Another data set. Let's go and put them in order from least to greatest. So I have 15, 30, 30. I'm going to go mark them off. 15, 30, 30, 39, 47, 39, 47. Let's see. 66, 66, 78, and 90. All right, let's count them, make sure I got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, I forgot 52. I already saw it. I'm going to add it in right here, 52, because there should be 10 numbers. Let's count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 numbers. Let's go find the mean. I'm going to go add them all up. 15 plus 30 plus 30 plus 39 plus 47 plus 52 plus 66 plus 66 plus 78 plus 90. And I end up with 513. I'll divide them by 10, and I get 51.3 as the mean. 51.3. Oh my gosh, what is that? What is going on? What is that doing? The mean is 51.3. Let's look for the median. Let's go mark one off on each end. Mark one off, mark one off, mark one off, mark one off. And I'm left with 52 and 47. Let's go and add them up and divide by 2. 52 plus 47. Divide by 2. I'm left with 49.5 as the median. Let's look for the mode, the number that repeats the most. It looks like 30 and 66. They're both repeated twice. We can have 2 modes. All right? We can have no mode, 1 mode, or more than 1 mode. 30 repeats twice, 66 repeats twice. Those are both our modes here. The range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. 90 minus 15. That's going to give us 75. All right, let's look at one more. Whoops, where's the button? Oh my gosh. And the one time the pen is not doing what I want it to do. All right, let's see. Scroll down. Let's look at one more down here. We'll give that an erase so we have room to write. All right, let's look at this one. First step, let's go list them in order from least to greatest. So let's see, I got 25, whoops, I got 12. Oh my gosh. Those motion activated lights drive me insane. And, oh, it actually came back on, great. So I got 12, 25, 27. Let's go mark them off, 12, 25, 27. Then I got 31, 2 44s. 31, 2 44s, 56, 73, 56, 78, 91, and 100. Let's count them, make sure I got them all. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Awesome. Let's go and add them up and divide by 11. 12 plus 25 plus 27 plus 31 plus 44 plus 44 plus 56 plus 73 plus 78 plus 91 plus 100. And I get 581 divided by 11. And we'll round it to 52.8. So that's our mean here. Oh my gosh. 52.8. Let's find the median. Mark one off from each side. And this is an odd amount of numbers. It was 11, so I'm going to be left with one number right in the middle. And that number is going to be 44. Awesome. And then the mode is the number that appears the most. It's always easy to tell when you list them in order from least to greatest. It looks like 44 is the only number that repeats itself. Wrote in the wrong box. 44 is the only number that repeats. That's going to be our mode. The range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. 100 minus 12 gives us 88. All right. That's everything for mean, median, mode, and range. Thank you guys for sticking around for the whole video, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow.